The accent exercise, level 1 practice. In this video there are two parts. The first part I'm going to play it for you in level 1 and explain to you how I would practice it in a level 1. Remember, level 1 is getting in shape, warming up. At the second half of the video I'm going to teach you how to play accents. If you know how to play accents, then you can watch me play it, listen to my advice, and move on with it. If you don't know how to play accents, I highly encourage you to watch the second half of the video. To play this as a level 1, as in the past two exercises, I like to play it from a metronome marking of 50 up to 100 or more perhaps. Again, just as I've done in the other exercises, with a wrist stroke. Everything's a wrist stroke. I like to start at 50 and bump in fives. 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, all the way up to around 100 till I feel like I've gone fast enough, and then I move on to level 2. At that point, you'll be in shape and ready for maintenance level practice or level 3, getting stronger practice. I recommend you play the exercise for 30 seconds per line before moving on to the next line. And I recommend you play it right-handed and left-handed. That's the way I practice it in level 1. So here it is at 50. I won't play a full 30 seconds. I'll do just a few seconds on each sticking, starting with line 1. The key to the exercise is to keep the sticks low on the non-accented notes. So line 1's very important. You want to get your stick height low sticking. Then I'll move on to line 2. I'm playing right-handed because I'm right-handed. I'm leading with my right. Accent's going to be on the first note of each group of 4, played with my right hand. I would do this for 30 seconds. After about 30 seconds, give or take, I would go on to line 3, where I'm going to play the accent on the second note with my left stick. Here it is. "30 seconds of that. Then I would switch to line 4 with the accent on the and my right stick. Here it is. 1 E and 30 seconds. After 30 seconds, I would go to line 5 and play the accent on the with my left stick. 1 E and 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 stop. Then I would do the exercise left-handed. 30 seconds. Switch. Switch. 30 seconds. Switch. Seconds there. That's level 1, starting at 50, going up in 5s, work your way to 100 or more, wrist strokes for every note, accents on all 4 parts of the beats, right hand and left hand. If you want to switch from right to left without stopping, you can replace the last stick as a diddle and flip the whole exercise over without stopping. By that I mean, watch, I'll play line 5, and after I play line 5, I'm going to go to line 1, and I'm going to play 4 groups of 16ths on line 1, right-handed, and the very last note of that, instead of playing a right-left, I'll play a right-right, which sets me up to play the exercise left-handed. Here's what that looks like. Here's line 5. 1 E and 1 E and 1 E and back to 1 and 2 E and 3 E and right, left, right, right, left. And I've flipped the exercise over without stopping and make one big long exercise out of that. That's how I would practice that exercise at level 1. What is an accent? An accent is a louder note. And in music, we put this symbol. It's like a small greater than sign or less than sign. Some people call it a little alligator. And we usually put it above the note, but I have my stickings up there, so I've put it underneath for you to see it. But that's called an accent. Again, it means play the note louder. For drummers, louder means higher stick height. So when we're not playing accents, we have our stick height low, and when we want an accent, we bring the stick up high, and we go down from there, and we get a louder sound. That's how we play an accent. In order to play this exercise, you're going to need to know how to play 3 different strokes. The first stroke is the tap stroke. The tap stroke is this stroke, 3 inches off the drum pad. That's called a tap stroke. Make sure you can play tap strokes. And you're comfortable with tap strokes. The next stroke you're going to have to be able to play in this is the downstroke. Start with your stick high and end with it low. That's called a downstroke. Both hands. The third stroke you need to know how to play is the upstroke. Start at the tap level. You're going to play a tap and then bring your stick up. Watch. See that? That's called the upstroke. Here it is left-handed. Now that you know those 3 strokes, this is what happens in this exercise. You play an upstroke followed by a downstroke, like this. Up, down, upstroke, downstroke, upstroke, downstroke, upstroke, downstroke, upstroke, downstroke. Left-handed. You're going to need to be able to do that. Watch, I'll show you line 2. Here's line 2. I'm going to put my left stick on my thigh and play it. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. That's how the exercise works. That's how you play accents. When you go to line 3, that's very important, and that's very hard to do. It's very hard to process that in your mind and make that work. But that's what needs to happen when you're playing this exercise at a slow tempo. As you do that and build tempo, you're going to find that that motion, or those motions, those 3 strokes, become automatic for you. And that's what separates the great drummers, by the way. If you listen to the great drummers, they have such control. They can play so quiet with their tap strokes and then bring that stick up quick and whack away and get a very loud accent to create all this dynamic contrast. That's a very important skill to have as a drummer. And this is a great place to work on it in the accent exercise, level 1 playing. So there it is. You know how to play accents now. You know how to read them. You know what they look like. Now you just have to take some time and practice it. Again, be patient. It may take a while. This may be foreign to your hands, and it may take a bit to get used to. I'll speak for myself. Accents came easy to me as a kid. I'm not sure why. I just picked them up, and a lot of those motions happen naturally for me. But if they don't come naturally, break it down, slow it down, think it through, make it work, and you can figure this out. And as you get better at this exercise, you'll be amazed at how well you can play this and other things.